Let me know when you're ready.
I'm trying to find it.
Oh boy. 20 to get it together, man. In a dogfight right now.
He didn't even change his time.
Wish I had a game that early for recruits.
All right, here we are, week 2 predictions video, season 6. Everybody's doing a good job playing the games for the most part. Getting into the season here, make sure we stay on top of that. Stream your games are supposed to be streamed. Everybody, make sure you go update yourselves on the rules. You know, as we get into the season, nobody wants to face suspensions. Don't get complacent as we get into the season here. Got some games that have already been played, a couple underway. Everybody, make sure you enjoy your New Year, spend it with family, or do whatever you got to do to make yourself happy. We're going to start off with the Heisman watch. Looks like running back Peyton Lewis for Tennessee leads the way still with 2 Kansas running backs, which makes zero fucking sense for Ryan. And then South Carolina halfback Malik Clark has made his way into the show at 5th. Took a brief look at the top 25. Kansas remains number 1. South Carolina, Penn State, LSU, and Kentucky round out your top 5. Kentucky, Missouri, Miami, Georgia Tech, and Mississippi State round out your top 10. You got users in the first 14 slots. Love to see that. Also 18th, 20th, and 21st. So 17 users in the top 25. That's always good. Take a look here at the players of the week. So National Offensive Player of the Week is QB Jeff Curtin for the Kentucky Wildcats in a force win. He had 18 of 21, 343, 3 touchdowns, 111 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's a force win. That's crazy to get in that stats.
For defensive player, national player of the week, we have Quincy Fellows out of Georgia Tech with 7 tackles, 2 sacks, an INT, and a touchdown. Pretty sure it was a pick 6 and a crushing loss, game-winning field goal for Ryan, losing 31-28.
That's tough. Fellows, of course, was the national, so he's your ACC defensive. ACC offensive, Chance Wiggins for JG's and Virginia Tech at 4 catches, 102 yards, and a touchdown in a 21-14 win at Texas. Move on to the Big 12. Big 12 Offensive Player of the Week, Tony Hawker, the quarterback for Oklahoma, also in a force win. 334 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, also ran for 21 yards.
For defensive player of the week for the Big 12, we have Michael Flowers out of Texas A&M with 3 tackle for losses and 1 sack and a crushing loss to Penn State 56-10.
Big 10 Offensive Player of the Week, Kevin Campanaro, threw for 291 yards and 4 touchdowns. Also ran for 2 touchdowns when Michigan beat the shit out of Morgan, California, 56-7.
Dog Morgan. And for defensive player of the week for the Big 10, we have Michael Williams out of Penn State with 7 tackle for losses and 3 sacks and a commanding win against Texas A&M 56-10.
SEC-wise, Curtin, of course, the national player of the week.
For defensive player of the week in SEC, I have my right outside linebacker, Damian Shanklin, with 8 tackle for losses, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble in a shutout victory against Georgia, 32-0.
Is he a senior yet? God damn it.
Yeah, he is a senior now.
Good. All right. Go ahead and get into the predictions here. ACC. One game has been played. South Carolina and Savant beat the brakes off of Mississippi State, 63-13. Nothing too much to mention in the game. Nothing of note for Mississippi State for sure. South Carolina's quarterback threw for 3 touchdowns. I think he ran for another one. Pretty good day. All right, first game to be picked. 0-1 Texas Longhorns. That's Dwayne. Travel to Gainesville to play the 6th-ranked 1-0 Florida Gators, which is, of course, Gabe. This is the first time these 2 have played since, I think, Dwayne beat Gabe.
Yeah, so there's going to be a nice payback game for Gabe. Looking to go into this game with a commanding victory over Texas to remain in the top 10, possibly cracking top 5, depending on some people losing this week. I see Gabe blowing out Dwayne. I say he beats them 56-10.
Yeah, I got a blowout here too. I actually think I'm going to stick with your score. I'm going to go 56-10 as well. Florida beats Texas. Next, we have your fourth-ranked LSU Tigers at 1-0 playing in Clemson against the 0-2 Clemson Tigers, which is E-Fly. E-Fly has played 2 games so far against Des and Mike. They did not go the way he wants them to, so I know he's looking for a bounce back. Finally, here with a home game.
Um, this game here, three keys to victory is, of course, playing hard-nosed defense, getting on them early, making them crumble quick, efficient offense, running the ball, putting the ball in the air, and last but not least is creating turnovers early and executing once getting the turnovers. Don't want to leave any points on the field. Um, I see myself winning this game in a blowout. I see myself winning this 63-3.
A little bit of newfound confidence for Clemson. Some adjustments he's made after the loss. I think that you're going to win. I think you're going to win comfortably. I don't think it's going to be a 63-3 type game. I think LSU wins it. I'm going to go 45-17 over Clemson. It'll be decently close. I don't know, 31-14 or something. In the fourth quarter, will blow it over.
We shall
Next,
see.
12th ranked Ohio State. The Buckeyes are 1-0. That is Hayden traveling to the Gardens to play the 8th ranked Miami Hurricanes at 1-0, which is Rob.
Good matchup here. Nice to see Rob starting off the season strong, 1-0, being ranked 8 in the nation. Hayden as well, starting off strong, 1-0. I'm gonna take Hayden this game. I feel like Hayden's offense is kind of not what Rob is normally used to playing, and I feel like his offense, Rob's offense, is not gonna be enough to keep up with Hayden because I watched that Ole Miss game and he started off terribly against a bad Ole Miss roster. So I feel like if he starts off like he did against a team like Ohio State, I don't see this game being close. So I like Hayden winning this game 45-21.
Hayden struggles when he plays users that pass the ball well. That is not Rob's MO. So I think Rob's going to have trouble in this one moving the ball against Hayden's defense. Hayden will be able to score enough offensively. So I'm going to go Ohio State wins this game 35-14 over Miami. Next, the 0-1 Ole Miss Rebels. That is Pistol. That is what he wants to be called. Traveling to Atlanta to play the ninth ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, which is Peso, who is 1-1.
I will hope for this to be a good game. Ole Miss team is not really good, so it's more or less playing to what he has and getting in a good rhythm. I feel like playing as a team like Georgia Tech is going to be a good test to see what his team can really do against a arguably top 5 defensive user in the league with a unique offense. So going into Georgia Tech, nice crowd, a nice hostile crowd. I see Georgia Tech winning this game, bouncing back to over 500 and winning this game 35-17.
Yeah, I like this. Last week the loss to Rob was unfortunate. He jumped out early on him, but just couldn't maintain it. I think he's gonna.
Yeah, he would have won that game if he didn't throw a pick six because he was up 9-3, got a good turnover, and drove all the way to the red zone and made a. I ain't gonna say it was a bad read because when you look at the play, the person he was throwing it to got bumped by a defensive lineman and threw off the timing and threw it right to the linebacker, and it was all the way to the house, and it went downhill from there.
If was a fifth, we could all get drunk for New Year's, but it
Yep.
isn't. I think that we're going to see a continuation of the struggles offensively for Ole Miss in this game. He's going to get a good idea of how good defenses can be, and I think Peso is going to make it extremely difficult for Pistol to move the ball. So I'm going to go with a Georgia Tech 31-7 win. Next, we have the 11th ranked Tennessee Volunteers. That is dropped 1-0 in a rivalry game and in Athens against the 0-1 Georgia Bulldogs, which is Tim. Tim has beaten Drop once this year so far, but I think his MO for this game is just to make sure he doesn't get shut out again.
Yeah, this is going to be a statement game for Drop, but also a game to bounce back after a shutout loss for Tim. So I feel like Tim is going to come in this game with a different mentality. He seen that his team is not ready to compete yet. He couldn't really play how he wanted to, so I feel like this game he's going to come in with a different mindset. But I feel like Tim's defense won't be enough to stop the offense that Drop produces. I feel like this game, if Drop plays a great offensive game, his defense is going to make the plays due to what Tim likes to do. So I see Drop winning this game 49-7.
Yeah, I think you hit all the highlights for it, so I won't piggyback off that. Tennessee wins at 38-7, commanding victory. Next, we have the 0-1 Louisville Cardinals, which is Delvin, traveling to College Station to play the 0-2 Texas A&M Aggies, which is Chevy. Chevy also has had tough opening games, playing Savon and Des, so I know he's looking forward to a little bit easier matchup.
As far as user standpoint goes, this is kind of a game of the week kind of situation. Both users are in the same tier when it comes to user skill, so this is probably going to be a good game. But from playing both of these guys, I like Chevy winning this game. I feel like he has a more polished scheme than Delvin and a better team as well. So I like Chevy winning this game in a close window, 31-21.
I just played Delvin. If Chevy doesn't turn the ball over, he's going to win this game very comfortably. But he has a tendency to do that sometimes, especially if home field, and he's going to have an advantage. Delvin offensively isn't the worst in the world. Like, he's not going to throw picks. He's just not going to move the ball well. So I think Chevy wins a low-scoring battle here. I'm going to go 21-7, Texas A&M at home. Moving on to the Big 12. Number 1 Kansas at 1-0. That is Ryan, and his Jayhawks travel to Seattle to play the 1-1 Washington Huskies, which is Jazz. She is coming off a 34-6 win last week over TCU, so a little bit of momentum for Washington.
Yeah, as far as that momentum goes, I don't think that's going to really play a big role, let alone a role at all in a game like this. I feel like Ryan's going to come in this game, practice mode wise, going in this game with a commanding win and testing out some stuff, getting ready for heavier matchups soon. So I see Ryan blowing out Jazz, but playing the way he plays to keep starters in the game. I say he wins this 62-30.
A lot of points for Kansas, not many at all for Washington. I'm going to go Kansas here, 66-7 over Washington. I'll go 66-14. One of our games of the week, 7th-ranked Missouri Tigers at 1-0. That is Mike traveling to the Coliseum in Los Angeles to play the 0-1 USC Trojans, which is Dave. Dave got shut out 21-0 at home by G's in his first matchup. So
yeah, that's a big
can't get much worse.
Yeah, that's a big no-no to be considered one of those guys in the league. I feel like Dave is not who Dave used to be, and I feel like going into this game against a more polished user than G's, I feel like this game is going to be not the same outcome as far as point. It could be, but I feel like an L is still in the making of this game, even though he's at home, because he just got shut out at home. So I see Mike winning this game 38-17.
It's pretty close to where I put. I don't think Mike's defense is super great, but his offense is good. Dave is better defensively than offensively, clearly. He's got to go back to the drawing board and figure some things out. The team is not even that bad. I think Mike wins. I'm going to say 31-17 over USC. Dean is getting enforcement over the CPU. Next, the 0-2 Oregon Ducks, which is new user Sam. Traveling to Fort Worth, they play the 0-2 TCU Horned Frogs, which is Leslie.
This game is gonna be a bounce back and first win in Big Cap League for Oregon. I don't see TCU really making a fight in this game. I see Oregon winning this game, first one of the game commandingly. I see him winning this one 42 to, I'm gonna go 3.
Yeah, Sam's not going to have to use his lag switch in this game. He should be able to win it, even with that McDonald's ass internet that he's plugged into. So, Leslie hasn't won a game since he's taken TCU over. I don't think he's going to start this week. I'm going to take Sam 35 to 14 over TCU. Next, third-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions 2-0, which is Des. Travel to Berkeley to play the 0-1 California Golden Bears, which is Morg. Morg said he's here this season. He said that this is his year and he's going to show up. It did not look like the team got that notion in the opening game of the season, so maybe this time.
The coach and the team is on different mindsets.
Yeah.
This is going to be a rough game. He took a crazy whooping to what it is, V, but he gets a home game against Penn State, but I don't see him winning this game at all. I feel like when a team wise matchup is not even close, scheme wise I don't think it's close, and I feel like this game is going to be another one of those practice games for Des and his Nittany Lions, and I see him winning this game. I'm gonna go the same score that he just lost, 56-7.
Bro, Penn State tight end is freaking good as hell.
Yeah,
I seen that.
Tyler Ward, oh my god.
Yeah, I as much lipstick as you put on a pig, it is still a pig. And that's Morg's problem, is he can have all the false confidence in the world, but at the end of the day, if you can't back it up on the gridiron, it doesn't really matter. I think Des is going to handle this game from start to finish. Morg will be a little better because he's at home. He passes all game, and he makes a ton of adjustments, even if it's to the same exact routes. So on the road, he tends to play just significantly worse than he does at home. But I'm going to say Penn State wins 42-14, 42-10 versus Cal.
Before we continue, I'm looking at his schedule. He has the potential of going 0-5 before starting conference play.
Was it you or Gabe I went through it with? I think that he's, like, at best looking at 4-8 season. I think it's going to be
I'm looking
tough.
at it right now. Nah, I'm seeing 3-9. Chevy, TCU,
Dwayne, Leslie, that's it.
And Dwayne. He has, after Penn State, he has JJ, Sam, me, Dave, Texas A&M, then Dean, LP, Leslie, Dwayne, bye week, then Ryan.
I'm sure that Morg will cook up some excuses to why next year is the year that he really meant. He's here, not this year.
I just hope he puts some visits on my week. It's going to be nice to tell him recruits that that's not the school for them.
He would have to have recruits interested in coming to play for him to go put visits on, which I don't think is the case. Twan, what is the score in your game?
It's 28-7, 1 minute left going into the fourth quarter, before going to the fourth quarter.
Twan's winning?
Yes.
Final score, Alabama wins 35-14.
Yeah, I'm going to up that score because Twan just got a pick. So I say he wins this game 42 to 14.
Good pick. Going into the game, as much as these two play against each other in lab, I know Alabama's at home. I still would have expected a little closer matchup, but
I mean, it was close going mid-second quarter, and LP threw a pick six, and it just started getting out of hand after that.
All right, we got two more games. Actually, one more game to pick because V is getting a force win over Dell. Lastly, we have the fifth ranked Kentucky Wildcats at 1-0. JJ traveling to College Park to play the 0-1 Maryland Terrapins with this check.
Yeah, I don't expect nothing but a blowout this game. Shutout potentially. Um, I'm going 77 nothing.
I'm gonna go 56-3. I think Chapo will get a field goal at some point. But that'll be it. So that is gonna do it for the predictions video. Appreciate you, Chapo. Appreciate anybody who is gonna watch later or watching now. Y'all enjoy your New Year's. Have some fun. Drink some eggnog. Put a little rum in it. And everybody have a good night.